Hi, everyone. Well, yesterday we talked about takeout doubles, what a takeout double was. And it's just a fabulous bid. You'll find yourself using it all the time. But it's really important that you understand how advancer should then speak to partner after they have doubled. So the first thing let's do is just review for just a second about what the double shows. So takeout double shows if one suit has been bid by the opponents, shortness in the suit that was opened or bid, 11 plus high card points, and at least 3 cards in the remaining 3 suits. And if 2 suits have been bid, then it promises at least 4 cards each in the 2 unbid suits and around 11 plus points, but doesn't promise a specific shortness somewhere. After overcaller has doubled, then advancer has a certain responsibility to bid. Now, it's not like a law. You don't get, thrown out of the game if you don't bid, but partner sure is disappointed if you don't bid. Even if you have 0 points, you don't want to pass partner's takeout double. So this is the way it works. Now, if you need a piece of paper and a pencil to write this auction down, do that. You can pause the video now and write that down. But this is kind of how you think about it. Let's suppose that North opened the bidding and East overcalled by saying double. So let's say that North opened 1 club and East doubled. If South is responder, the partner of the opening bidder is called responder. If responder passes, then advancer, which would be West, must bid. You're not really allowed to pass. Like I said, you don't get thrown out of the game if you pass, but boy, does partner get kind of like, oh no, they passed my takeout double. Because remember, partner's going to be short in clubs. In the scoring, if your partner doubles and you pass, and then the opponents play that contract, okay? So if it goes a bid, double, pass, 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 that becomes the final contract. And if the opponents take the number of tricks that they are supposed to take from the level they bid, they're going to get double the amount of points plus a bonus. So when partner makes this takeout double, you don't want to pass. I think I've had a hand with enough strength and enough good cards, high cards in the opponent's suit, maybe half a dozen times in 50 years. I mean, it's just not something you do. So it's not illegal to pass, but you don't want to pass. It will really, really give your partner connection fits, okay? All right. So what we had was a club by North, double by East, which is a takeout double, and then pass by responder who was South. You are advancer, the partner of the overcaller who made a takeout double. When your right-hand opponent passes, you must bid. It's a forced bid. Even if you have 0 points, you want to bid. And typically, you'll bid your longest suit at the lowest level that you can bid it. So over 1 club, it's easy. You can bid 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade, all of them. Now, let's think about that just a second. Remember that when opener bid, they promised 12 points, right? Okay. And the example I just gave you was that advancer had passed. Well, that would usually say, not advancer, responder had passed. That would usually say that responder had less than 6 points, right? So you and partner could have a ton of points. I mean, we don't know exactly how many points opener had, but they might have just 12. Your partner, overcaller, could have a ton of points. So it's important for advancer to let the doubler know what their hand looks like in terms of strength and in terms of long suits. So this is the way it works. 1 club double, pass. When advancer bids their longest suit at the cheapest level, they're saying, I have typically 4 cards in this suit and 0 to 9 points. So a bad 9, a lot of queens and jacks, maybe some points in the opponent's suit, that kind of hand. And if you have 9 to around 12 or so, a really good 9, a good hand, maybe you have 5 cards in the suit you're bidding. Maybe you have, an ace and a king queen, those kinds of 9 points. Then you want to bid your suit, but you want to bid at one level higher than you must bid. So over 1 club double pass, instead of 1 spade, you would bid 2 spades. So that's something that people forget all the time when they first start out. You're so used to, you open the bidding, partner responds, they must have 6 points, right? But after the double, they don't have to have 6 points. They can have 0 points. So 1 club, double, pass, 1 spade says I have probably around 4 spades, at least 4 spades, and 0 to a bad 9 points. And 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 club, double, pass, 2 spades says I have 4 spades and a really good 9 to like 12 points. Okay? Now what if you have more than 12? Well, you're probably going to want to think about bidding games somewhere because your partner has at least 11. And if you have a fit, hey, there you go, you're there. So we call that a forced bid. When responder passed, then it was a forced bid for advancer. If responder bids, then advancer does not have to bid, but can choose to bid. They're not forced any longer because that bid by responder kind of took the double out, We're not doubled anymore. So you don't have to bid, but if you have at least 6 points and you have, especially if you have 5, but even if you have 4 cards in one of the majors, you probably want to bid. Remember that you and partner might have just as many points as opener and responder, or more. You might have more. So that's a really kind of a hard thing. Now when it goes, let's say 1 club, double, and that went 1 heart by responder. So we're not forced anymore. We don't have to bid, right? But we're going to choose to bid. Well, first off, if I have 0 to 5 points, doesn't make much sense that I would choose to bid, does it? So typically, if, for instance, responder bid 1 spade when they did not have to bid, they would be saying, I have enough points that if you had opened the bidding, I could have responded. So 6 to a bad 9. So that auction would have been by north, 1 club, double, by overcaller, east. Right? You're following me? Good. 1 heart by responder, and now 1 spade by advancer. I did not have to bid, so the fact that I chose to bid tells you that I have some points, 6 to 9 roughly. I have at least 4 spades, right? So I chose to bid. I want to compete. I don't want to just let it go by. We might have a good fit. We might have enough points for game. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you I have something. And if it went 1 club, double, 1 heart, 2 spades, I'd be saying I have 4 more spades and I have like 9 to 12 points. Okay? So there's a big difference between a forced bid and a voluntary bid, an unforced bid. If your partner doubles the opening bid and responder passes, you must bid. If responder bids, you can choose to pass, but you don't have to. So that's all for today. Go and think about that. And if you got confused about who is opener, who is responder, go get you a piece of paper and a pencil, or bidding boxes if you have one, and then just slowly go through and put the bids down so that you can see how it looks, okay? Tomorrow, we're going to do the doubler's second bid, and we're going to talk just a little bit about how how overcallers should be thinking. You know, what should I be thinking about the hand, and what am I going to need to freely bid again, and that type of thing. So one of the things that you're going to need is probably another piece of paper or bidding boxes or something so that you can follow along. I'll go really slow. If I can, I'll put an auction up, but I think that's harder to follow than if you're writing it down, doing it yourself. If you're just, looking on a piece of paper I hold up, sometimes that can be hard. So we'll see. We'll work on what works better. You might send me an email if you have a thought of something that you think is a better way to let you know what's going on. Obviously, I'm a little, I'm just here at my house, so it's hard for me to have a lot of fancy things to do for you. But if you can think of something that I can do within the confines of my house and construction paper and pens and paper and stuff, let me know. Anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow. And thanks a lot. I had a couple of donations for Atlantic Junior Bridge. I really appreciate that. That was very nice of y'all. They do good work. We'll see y'all later.